If you're just starting out with landscape photography, you're probably thinking that the best time to head out and shoot is on a sunny day in the middle of the day when there is the most light. But this is not always the case. In this video, we're going to be looking at the different times of days and weather conditions in which you can shoot landscape photos. So are you ready? Let's get started. The blue hour is the hour before sunrise and the hour after sunset. During these times, light is changing quickly, so you need to be ready. Head to your location about 15 minutes before the blue hour starts. Work out your composition and get your camera set up on a tripod. Then just wait and watch as the light changes. You're going to want to shoot a few photos of the scene as the light changes because each of them are going to have different results. Generally, the light you're going to be getting during the blue hour are blue tones, but you can also get some beautiful pinks, oranges, and purples in the sky, which can really bring your scene to life. Street lights, car lights, and lights in buildings are also starting to turn on at this time of the day. So try to add them into your scene to add that human element to your photo as well. The golden hour is the hour just after sunrise and just before sunset. Again, the light is changing quickly during this time. The light is getting softer as it gets closer to the horizon. This produces gentle, long shadows which flow naturally through your scene. The colour of the light at this time of the day is generally warm colours such as yellows and oranges, and this can help to encourage a sense of joy or happiness in your scene. Experiment with different angles to make the most of the light at this time of day. If you have the sun behind you, then you're going to get that beautiful, soft, golden light throughout your scene. But if you turn around towards the sun, then you're going to get some really interesting silhouettes, sun flares, backlighting, and rim lighting effects in your photos. As the sun gets higher in the sky, the light gets brighter and harsher. Your shadows get darker, stronger, and more defined. There will be more contrast in your scene overall. It can be much harder to shoot at this time of day, as balancing the exposure in the shadows and the highlights can be tricky. But that doesn't mean that you can't get great results with a little bit of patience and practice. Although it's not the ideal time of day to shoot, sometimes you don't have any other option. Learn to look at the light and where it is falling. Move around to change the position of the shadows. It is generally a good idea to have the sun behind you, but also slightly off to the side. This way the shadows will be going away from you in the scene and will help to draw the viewer into the image. Okay, so the natural light that we tend to use in landscape photography is obviously a lot less at night time. But that doesn't mean that we can't shoot landscapes at night time. You will need a tripod though. Even though the sun has gone down, there is still some ambient light from the moon and other artificial lights in your scene or around you. When choosing your scene, try to include a reasonable amount of sky in your image. This is where most of the light will be, and you can get some really interesting effects with the clouds, the stars, and the moon being in the scene as well. Again, you may want to include some car lights, building lights, street lights in your image to give that human feel to your picture as well. Weather has an immense effect on your landscape photos. On sunny days, you're going to get harsher light. darker and more defined shadows, and much brighter highlights. On cloudy days, you're going to get much softer light. Your shadows are going to almost fade into the image, and there's going to be very little contrast. Whatever the weather, you can still take great photos, but you've got to work with the light that you have. Capturing a storm coming in can create a really moody image, whilst shooting on a sunny day can really help to emphasize the contrast between a bright blue sky and a really green meadow. The final time you need to think about is the time of year. No matter where in the world you live, there's always different seasons which bring different types of weather. In winter, the trees may be bare and there may be snow on the ground. In spring, there are signs of new growth. In summer, everything feels a little bit warmer. And in autumn, the leaves are changing colour. If you live in the tropics, you probably just have a wet and a dry season, where everything is either bright green and dripping wet, or brown and barren looking. If you have a great idea for a landscape photo that you want to take in the snow, for example, you obviously can't do that in the summer. So you're going to have to wait until the snow starts to fall. So to answer the question of this video, there is no best time to shoot a landscape photo. It really depends on the look you are going for, as you will get different results at different times. If you're planning a specific shoot, think about what time of day will give you the best light for what you are planning to do, and also keep an eye on the weather forecast. If you want to learn more about any of the techniques that I have mentioned in this video, please let me know in the comments. And also let me know what is your favourite time to shoot landscape photos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye bye.